The stage is totally set now, so keep watching. My father is actively forcing me into an arranged marriage. I quickly call my girlfriend, Lu-Nhyn, but she just gives this cold laugh, acting like I am secretly scheming to force her to meet my parents. Honestly, it is totally sickening. She tells me again my KB has absolutely nobody to take care of him right now. Until he finds a new girlfriend, she does not even want to discuss getting married. She says she is busy working and hangs up. The call ends, and the bright light in my eyes just slowly fades away. I look up at my father and finally admit defeat. I agree to the arranged marriage. He simply says a car will come pick me up in exactly 3 days. After he leaves, I just sit alone in a corner, drinking my heavy sorrows away. But then, I randomly spot two very familiar figures. Lu-Nhyn and my KB are holding hands, strolling through the autumn breeze. They step on fallen leaves, laughing so sweetly, I'm incredibly happy together. Fierce anger absolutely explodes in my chest. I cannot hold it back, and march straight out there. Catching my furious glare, Lu-Nhyn looks slightly guilty and quickly pulls her hand away. But a single second later, she completely flips it on me. Why are you even here? Are you secretly following me around? Did you not just say you were busy working? I clench my fist hard and ask her right back. Before Lu-Nhyn can even answer, IB immediately jumps in. He says I cannot put all the blame onto her shoulders. She only lied because she feared you would get jealous. Shut up. For the very first time, I absolutely scream out loud. Lu-Nhyn, this adopted brother of yours is 24 years old now. He is not a kid. Can a fully grown adult not look after himself without you hovering around every single day? His little heartbreak has absolutely nothing to do with our upcoming marriage. So he goes through a breakup. And now he gets to hold your hand everywhere? Strangers would literally think you two are a couple. Have you ever once considered my feelings? When I stare back into Lu-Nhyn's eyes, she looks slightly flustered at first. But then, she just totally cools down and coldly asks, "Are you done talking yet?" Now watch this reaction. I just stand there frozen for a long while, totally speechless. Her chillingly calm attitude makes me feel like I do not even exist to her. He chimes in again. Maybe he should just apologize to me on her behalf. He tells her to stop visiting him, claiming he can manage on his own. My KB says this with a trembling voice and red eyes, playing the brave victim perfectly. This is his absolute favorite little trick. Every single time we argue because of him, he always puts on this pitiful, completely hopeless act to win her total sympathy. She tells him no, saying this has nothing to do with him at all. Just like always, Lu-Nhyn heavily defends him and pulls my KB away. But they barely take a few steps before she suddenly stops. For a split second, I genuinely think she feels bad. But she just turns and says DIP-PHM, even married couples get divorced. We are not even married yet, so you are overstepping. That hits like freezing water straight to my heart. I watch Lu-Nhyn walk away, digging my nails deep into my palms until the sharp pain spreads everywhere. Finally, I break my old pathetic habits. I do not desperately chase after her this time. Instead, I just quietly turn around and walk away. Lu-Nhyn, a person only gets so many 7-year stretches in life. I'm absolutely done wasting mine on you. The moment I get home, a text from her pops up. She is not coming back tonight. My KB wants to watch the meteor shower, so she is going. Almost at the exact same time, IB posts on social media. He jokingly asks who said he had nobody to watch movies with, who said he lacked a gentle sister to watch the stars with. He attaches a picture of 2 movie tickets and a shadow photo of their hands forming a heart. No matter how you look at it, this is total mockery. Because I was actually the one who originally suggested going to that exact movie. I was also the exact one who invited her to wait for that meteor shower. Completely drunk, I smash our shared photo in the living room, then pull out our special relationship album. I take scissors and completely shred every single page, before dragging out the thick stack of old love letters she wrote. I just light them on fire. In the flickering flames, old memories flood right back. Lu-Nhyn and I met super early on. There was no grand romantic pursuit. We simply liked what we saw and got together. From our college days straight into working life, a solid 7 years total. We were that absolute model couple everyone completely admired. But on the exact day, finally proposed successfully, her adopted brother, my KB, returned. He came back sobbing about a breakup, acting completely crushed, claiming Lu-Nhyn was his only lifeline left in this world. He dramatically claimed he could not even survive if she ever got married. Because of that, Lu Nhyn used the excuse of staying back to comfort his fragile feelings, flat out rejecting my huge marriage proposal. I thought it was just a temporary delay, but slowly, she stopped even wanting to meet my parents. Every single ounce of her attention shifted to taking care of my KB. On our own anniversary, one single phone call from him was all it took for her to completely abandon me. She ignored my birthday entirely, yet when his came around, she threw a massive party, like an absolute festival. She never used to cook at all, yet suddenly she was finding ways to make him delicious homemade meals every single day. The one single time Lu Nhyn ever got angry at him was when he purposely ruined my car brakes. I crashed terribly into some trees and got severely injured, ending up right in the hospital. But get this, that day, she actually promised she would discipline my KB and finally maintain a clear distance. Yet the very next morning, she brought him hot chicken soup. She claimed his heartbreak made him depressed, so he only did that foolish thing because he feared losing her. She said he never expected such serious consequences. Apparently, AB cried fiercely last night and almost did something completely irreversible to himself. He already apologized, so can you please just stop blaming him? I really should have realized right then who mattered more to her, but I foolishly held on to hope, blindly trusting that she would actually keep her distance. Yet here we are today, and in just a single year, my KB has practically stolen every single thing that ever belonged to me. The fire slowly fades into ash, and all my efforts just turn into complete nothingness. Outside, a meteor shower streaks right across the night sky. After finishing up the call with the housing agent, I just curl up alone on the sofa for the entire night. When I finally wake up, there is an extra blanket draped over me, and the whole living room has been completely cleaned up. Right after that, Lu Nhyn walks out of the kitchen holding breakfast and tells me she made my favorite egg sandwich. I do not even touch my chopsticks. Lu Nhyn speaks up again, claiming my KB cannot handle stress, so she had to take his side publicly yesterday. While I have a strong mind and can totally take it. Not a single apology, just a bunch of excuses that sound so incredibly self-righteous. As if I actually deserve to endure all of these awful things. Did you forget that I actually hate egg sandwiches the most? I finally speak up and break the silence. Lu Nhyn freezes up before remembering that my KB is the one who loves that dish. She simply made it out of pure habit. And this kind of thing happens constantly. Literally everything I absolutely hate happens to be exactly what my KB truly loves. As for the things I used to like, she forgot them long ago. Why be so difficult over a meal? She snaps, as she recovers her composure, a flash of pure annoyance filling her eyes. You were never like this before, she says. Ever since my KB showed up, she saves all her gentleness for him, while venting all her crazy anger right onto me. Taking a very deep breath, I ask her honestly, does my KB have another demand? In my experience, every time she acts all gentle with me, it is always for his sake. It is nothing serious, Lu Nhyn says, trying to suppress her feelings. My KB just wants to stage a fake wedding. The psychologist says doing this exact thing will really help him recover. Now pay attention here. I freeze up, never expecting she would go this far for my KB, choosing a fake marriage with him over bringing me to meet her parents. After a brief silence, I just nod and tell her we are breaking up. You can do whatever you want. Lu Nhyn's face suddenly changes color, and she jumps right up, telling me, I'm not discussing this with you. I'm just informing you. Do not use our breakup to threaten me. No matter what, I am holding this wedding with my KB. Her tone sounds incredibly condescending, exactly like she is scolding a criminal. I realize that any further words are completely meaningless. Seeing me stay totally quiet, she raises her voice even more, declaring this house will be their bridal home. But do not worry, she adds, it is just a formality, nothing fake will turn real. Marrying someone else and using the exact house I bought as the venue. That is the absolute greatest humiliation imaginable. But at that moment, I have absolutely no energy left to argue. Right then, Lu Nhyn's phone rings loudly, and it is a call from my KB. Sister Nhyn. My head hurts a little. His voice sounds exactly like a pitiful, whimpering little puppy. Lu Nhyn used to hate that whiny tone, but now she responds with endless gentleness. Be a good boy and, AB. Wait a moment, I'm coming right back. Her voice is soft as water, and after speaking, she rushes off without even bothering to give me a single glance. Not long after that, her social media cover photo changes from our own couple picture to a brand new shot of her and my KB sitting shoulder to shoulder. happily watching the meteor shower together. And both of their statuses claim that in the freezing cold autumn, you are the warm sunlight entering my life. Compared to them, I am just a total clown, living completely in the shadows of those two. Bitter pain chokes me. I rush into the room to pack my bags, only to get a sudden phone call from Lu Nhyn's mother. Little Dip, you need to hurry over to the company. There is a problem only you can handle. I agree to go. First, she always treated me pretty well, so I want to use this chance to say goodbye. Second, I really need to take back my grandfather's precious heirloom. Upon arriving, her mom hands me a mango yogurt, calling it my favorite. I actually feel a little bit warmed by that gesture. She continues speaking. I heard from Nhyn that you two are having your wedding in 7 days, right? So hurry and bring your parents over. Let's share a meal together first. I freeze up. Lu Nhyn hid the truth, planning to just act first and report later. I am about to tell the truth when she adds, even after getting married, please do not mistreat KB. Take really good care of him. Every single word in my throat just gets choked back down. I lower my head, finish up the remaining work, and then head straight to Lu Nhyn's office to retrieve the evil warding jade pendant my grandfather left behind. Now this part is wild. I wore that precious item since childhood. When Lu Nhyn claimed the company's feng shui was bad, I used the jade to protect the place. Now that we are breaking up, it should return to me. But upon opening the safe, I discover the jade pendant is completely gone. While I stand there confused, the door suddenly swings open and my KB walks in. Hanging from his waist is that exact same jade, my grandfather's precious pendant. I cannot believe Lu Nhyn casually gave my grandfather's heirloom to someone else. That jade belongs to me. Hand it back right now, I furiously yell out. My KB nods and takes the jade off, but instead of handing it over, he fiercely smashes it onto the ground, mocking me. Crack. The jade completely shatters, and absolute rage shoots straight into my head. Losing all control, I lunge forward and pin my KB down, but he does not even resist. Instead, he calls out to the hallway for help. Lu Nhyn yells at me, Dip PHM, go of him right now. Lu Nhyn and several other employees rush over, pulling me away before she slaps me right across the face, screaming, are you completely insane? What exactly gives you the right to hit my KB? She furiously demands this, while half my face burns in pain, and I just point at the shattered jade on the floor, demanding why she gave him my pendant. Lu Nhyn freezes up. She hesitates, claiming Kaiba has been feeling pretty terrible mentally and physically lately. She actually suspects something evil attached itself to him, so she just borrowed it from Deep Fam for a little while, even though she fully knows what that jade pendant means. Her voice still sounds totally lacking in confidence. My Kaiba immediately starts crying, apologizing to Nhyn and claiming he didn't mean it, completely twisting the truth. He says he saw Deep rummaging through things in the office, tried to stop him, but Deep suddenly just snapped, cursing and hitting him. During the messy struggle, the jade dropped and completely shattered. Seeing that weak act makes Lu Nhyn feel even more pity for him. She raises her voice, defending Kaiba, yelling at Deep that if he wasn't stealing, the jade wouldn't be broken. It is entirely his fault. She accuses Deep of smashing his own grandfather's precious keepsake just to target Kaiba. She calls him absolutely cruel. She claims she never actually realized he was so incredibly fake and terrible before this exact moment. No matter what happens, Lu Nhyn always believes my Kaiba. Right then, Mother Lu hears the commotion and hurries over to them. Deep actually thought she would ask for the truth, or at least listen to his side. Who knew she would just listen to one side and scold him? She tells Deep he is completely wrong for bullying Kaiba. People need to have some compassion, she says. So all the immense effort Deep put in for Lu Nhyn and her family means nothing compared to a few words from my Kaiba. He will always just be an outsider. So he stops talking, quietly bows his head, picks up every broken piece of jade under their stairs, and walks right out. From behind, Nhyn's mother calls out, telling her daughter to go have a proper talk with Deep. Lu Nhyn does chase after him, but totally lacks any gentle attitude. She coldly warns him that Kaiba cannot handle stress, tells Deep not to cause trouble before the wedding, and to go find someone to redecorate the bridal room. She isn't coming home yet. She has wedding photos to shoot with Kaiba. After saying that, she just turns and walks away. Never again, Deep mutters under his breath. He immediately contacts a broker and a buyer, signing a contract to sell the house right then. Aside from a few sets of clothes and his important documents, he doesn't take a single thing. As agreed, he returns to Thongqin with his father. slowly pulling all the financial support he ever gave the Liu family. 7 days later, Mike Hai Bus smiles smugly, arriving to pick up his bride. Mother Liu finally discovers the truth. She stands there stunned, while Lu Nuyen quickly explains everything is just for Kai Ba's own good. She asks if her mother really wants to see him deteriorate day by day. Besides, she claims Deep Fam doesn't mind at all. Hearing that, Mother Liu hesitates. She finally sighs, deciding to wrong Tiu Deep, and tells them to just finish the ceremony. The noisy bridal convoy marches toward the new marital home with drums blaring. But right at the apartment gate, security blocks them. The guard bluntly states nobody in this complex is hosting a wedding lately, asking if they have the wrong place. Lu Nu-yen frowns, insisting they are going to apartment 606, building 6, zone 6. Now, pay close attention to this next beat. She asks in extreme annoyance if Deep Fem hasn't notified them. The guard checks his log and replies that apartment 606 is already sold. The new owner isn't named Deep, but Tham. What? Lu Nu-yen's face instantly changes color. She mutters that's impossible, claiming she is his girlfriend. How could she not know he sold his own house? The security guard just stares at her like she is a complete fool. If she is his girlfriend, then why on earth is she showing up to marry someone else? That one short question leaves not just Lu Nu-yen, but everyone standing there completely embarrassed. Mother Lu tries stepping up to explain, but the guard fiercely scolds her instead. No wonder the guy sold his house. Turns out his heart got hurt way too deeply by these people. At this point, nobody says a thing. Deep Fam wouldn't just leave, would he? Lu Nu-yen shakes her head. She panics, grabbing her phone to call and text Deep. But she's completely blocked on everything. True panic finally hits her. She sprints straight into the complex, twists her ankle, slams into the ground, completely ignores the pain, and just scrambles right back up to keep running. She dashes all the way to the bridal apartment door and enters the passcode. The system flashes an error. She starts mashing the doorbell like an absolute maniac. You can probably guess what happens next. The door opens, she gives a faint smile, but instantly freezes solid when a total stranger is standing there instead of Deep. Who are you? Where is Deep Fam? She asks, totally trembling. For the very first time, real terror and pain hit her, like a physical blade stabbing deep into her chest, twisting harder every second. Are you Lu Nu-yen? The new buyer looks her up and down, then holds out a silver star-shaped necklace. Mr. Deep told me to return this to you. It is the exact matching couple's gift they once gave each other when they first fell in love. A symbol of eternal love, just like the stars. Lu Nu-yen takes the necklace into her hands, and finally, she just completely breaks down. Countless beautiful memories rush back, from the moment they met, to falling in love, and now everything totally shattered. With totally red eyes, she staggers away like a soulless puppet, vaguely, wandering back to the apartment complex gate. Well, did you manage to find Tiu Deep? Mother Lu asks anxiously. He is gone? This time, he really wants to break up with me. Lu Nu-yen answers blankly. Tears stream down her face, dropping to the ground like a broken string of pearls. What? Mother Lu asks, absolutely horrified and trembling. Didn't you say Tiu Deep already agreed to this? He didn't say anything back then. I just thought he silently accepted it. I thought he would still yield, still forgive me, just like he always did before. Lu Nu-yen lowers her head, her face full of pure bitterness. Standing nearby, the security guard just smirks mockingly. Absolutely ridiculous. Only feeling sorry for yourself now? When you treated him like an idiot to take advantage of him, you probably thought you deserved it all, didn't you? That single sentence hits Lu Nu-yen like a dagger. She finally realizes she took absolutely everything for granted back then. She just assumed Dip PHM would always yield, always endure her attitude. Now, it hits her. She was the one who single-handedly destroyed what used to be a totally equal, loving relationship. This girl is way too foolish. Mother Lu slaps her thigh a few times, urging her to stop spacing out. Figure out how to contact Team Dip right now and make KB apologize. But my KB just shakes his head. Why on earth should he apologize? Isn't it actually better now that he is gone? That one sentence leaves both Lu Nhyn and her mother completely stunned. Nhyn, since we are already married now, we might as well just go along with it and stay together. My KB smiles and continues, we already have a real emotional foundation. You clearly like me, and you always take care of me. After the wedding, you will definitely be incredibly happy with me. As for Dip PHM, you never even liked him that much anyway. So now that he is finally out of the picture, isn't that just way better for us? Hearing that, Lu Nhyun's eyes widen in absolute disbelief. Is this really what he has been thinking all along? Did he plan to turn this fake wedding into reality from the start? She finally understands everything. Of course, since we genuinely like each other. Anyway, my KB nods, but the moment he finishes, a heavy slap lands right across his face. Smack. Lu Nhyun furiously scolds him, "You totally despicable jerk. Who says they like you? The only man I love is Dip PHM. If you weren't my adopted brother going through a bad breakup, I would never have paid any attention to you. Why would you ruin my life like this? Why?" She screams every single word, shaking with pure anger. My KB stands there totally stunned, never expecting Lu Nhyun to say something so harsh. But he just refuses to give up. He immediately kneels in front of Mother Lu, begging adoptive mother, "Please say a few good words for me. Things have already reached this point anyway. Let's not lose face anymore. I promise I will take absolutely great care of Nhyun, and I will always respect you." He shows pure determination to be with Lu Nhyun at any cost. The tears streaming down his face. Mother Lu is tearing up too, having to grip the railing just to keep from collapsing completely. Looking at my KB's pitiful state, then back at her daughter, she hesitates for a very long time before softly speaking up. "Nhyun, let's just go with this. KB isn't so bad after all." Lu Nhyun is shock stiff, completely unable to believe her own mother would actually agree to such a ridiculous demand. As for my KB, he just bursts out laughing, his grin stretching almost ear to ear. Now watch this next part. Right then, Mother Lu's phone suddenly rings. Her assistant calls in, sounding totally frantic. "Chairwoman, it's a complete disaster. Several major partners have simultaneously canceled their contracts, and the department heads just submitted resignations." What is the reason? Mother Lu gets startled, her eyebrows furrowing tightly. "Because Dip PHM left," the assistant replies. The entire room suddenly falls into absolute, dead silence. Whether it's the Lu family or my KB, every single one of them flinches in pure shock. A few seconds later, Mother Lu finally regains her senses, asking with a slight tremble, "Does Dip PHM really have that much power?" The assistant quickly explains everything. "I heard from a director that Dip PHM is actually the eldest son of the powerful Dip family in Shangjing. Every single business partner and director was personally invited here by him." For the second time, the room sinks into heavy silence. A loud boom echoes in Mother Lu's mind as she collapses straight to the floor, gripping her daughter's hand tightly. "Nhyun, hurry up and find Tiu Dip, bring him back." "But what about me?" My KB's smile completely freezes, his whole body going numb. "Wait, what?" Mother Lu glares at him and yells, "Shut your mouth. This is all because you played your stupid little tricks. Otherwise, why would things turn out this bad? Nhyun and Tiu Dip are the real couple here. Don't you dare say another word from now on. You must go apologize to Dip PHM by any means necessary and beg him to return. Otherwise, I will absolutely no longer accept you as my adopted son." Every single heavy word makes my KB's face turn as pale as layers of white powder, completely drained of all its natural color. Lu Nhyun quickly borrows someone else's phone to call, and this time it finally connects. "Dip PHM, am not marrying KB anymore. Please don't be mad, just come back quickly." Her voice is trembling and choked up. "Whether you get married or not has nothing to do with me," Dip PHM replies so calmly. Compared to the absolute despair and pain from before, he is now calmer than he has ever been. He can just casually sip his coffee while talking. He is no longer living in constant fear of being abandoned, and he is absolutely no longer expecting any tenderness or real, genuine remorse from Lu Nhyun ever again. Listen to her scramble now. "Dip PHM, I know you are furious, and I was genuinely wrong about some things. Just come back. Can we please sit down and talk?" Lu Nhyun's voice gradually turns soft and gentle, completely losing that arrogant attitude from before. But Dip PHM just finds it incredibly hilarious. He thinks to himself, did I really never try to actively initiate a proper talk with her before? Is a breakup really just something that randomly happens overnight? Is it only now that she finally feels a tiny bit of regret? Countless memories of their past arguments suddenly flash right through her mind. Honestly, every single time he tried to speak with her very calmly, it was only ever met with Lu Nhyun's absolute lack of patience. "Why are you always targeting KB? Are you seriously getting jealous of KB too? You are totally losing your mind. Don't you dare speak ill of KB again, or else we are breaking up. You are a man, so can't you be just a little bit more generous? You should really learn from KB." Those completely ruthless words from the past have now turned into sharp blades stabbing right back at her own heart. I really should have been more gentle back then, shouldn't have lost my temper. Lu Nhyn speaks up, completely filled with deep shame. Even now, she still doesn't understand the real reason. Let's just leave it at this. Don't ever bother me again. Dip PHM shakes his head, finishing his sentence before hanging up immediately. No matter how many times Lu Nhyn tries to call back, he simply refuses to answer. The security guard watching everything just pulls out a small chair to sit and peel sunflower seeds. Serves you right, he sneers, making such a fuss that you scared the guy away. That adopted brother of yours, with his pointy little monkey face, just looking at him tells you he's absolutely no good. One sentence makes my Kaiba so furious, he almost lunges forward to argue. How am I any worse than Deep Fam? You tell me, what are you even arguing about? Haven't we lost enough face already? Lu Nuyen furiously yells out. My Kaiba instantly goes dead silent, both fists clenched tight, his face turning completely purple. Things are playing out completely differently from what he actually imagined. Lu's mother finally speaks up. This whole wedding farce ends right here. You and Kaiba need to go find Deep Fam, even if you have to kneel down and beg him to come back. The moment she finishes speaking, Kaiba's face darkens. He really does not want to go, but Lu's mother and Lu Nuyen cut off his living expenses. Totally cornered, he finally agrees with heavy reluctance. Meanwhile, Lu Nuyen keeps changing phone numbers just to call me. When that fails, she sends a text. Deep Fam, let us sit down and talk properly. Whatever is on your mind, just say it, and I will patiently listen. I have always loved you deep down. You absolutely have to believe me. Staring right at those words, I just lightly frown. I end up popping out my SIM card and tossing it, deleting my WeChat and every single social media account. Because in my eyes, Lu Nuyen broke my trust a very long time ago. I gave her way too many chances, endured it all for so long with zero results. Plus, is Lu Nuyen actually regretting things because she loves me? I really doubt it. I shake my head, fix my clothes, and head to the blind date address my dad provided. Apparently, she just returned from overseas with a highly prominent family background. Both sides decided to meet up first. If we click, we might actually discuss a marriage alliance. Arriving at the restaurant, I grab a book to read while waiting. Suddenly, a very familiar floral scent drifts past, making me instantly look up. Right in front of me stands a tall, beautiful girl, radiating this incredibly gentle and elegant aura. Her lips curve up slightly, showing off these two super adorable little dimples. Atwayet. I softly call out her name, saying, "It has been a while." "Brother Deep Fam," she replies, her smile turning even more radiant. Her name is Lam Twayet, and she is my childhood sweetheart. Back then she loved following me everywhere. We caught birds and shrimp together, getting completely covered in mud every single time. Whenever my dad raised his cane to hit me, she always stood right in front to block it. Then during middle school, she moved overseas with her parents. We never saw each other again after that, only chatting on WeChat occasionally. There was never even a hint of romance between us, though. Honestly, I never even bothered checking her social media posts back in those days. After all, our heart was entirely focused on Lu Nuyen back then. Looking back now, it really was not worth it. Reunited after so many years, we just cannot stop talking. During the date, Lam Twayet actually takes the initiative to hold my hand, even scheduling our very next meetup. But deep down, I still feel hesitant. Jumping into things with her right after a breakup? Is that even fair to Lam Twayet? Arriving home, my dad seems to notice my inner conflict right away. He tells me that Tiu Twayet has actually been waiting for me for many years. I completely freeze. My dad pulls out a small chest. "Now watch this reveal." "Open it," he says. Inside are countless love letters Lam Twayet wrote to me, but never actually sent. If Tiu Twayet's dad had not told me the absolute truth, I never would have guessed she hid her feelings for you this deeply. I open the chest, flipping through every single letter. "Brother Deep Fam is the most handsome guy ever. I absolutely must marry him when I grow up. Even separated by a whole ocean, I still like you. Today is another day of loving brother Deep Fam. I miss you so much, but I am too scared to tell you. Hearing you got a girlfriend, I cried for a really long time. I cannot bother you. I just hope you stay happy and joyful forever." From elementary school all the way to college graduation, from age 7 up to 25, she wrote me a letter every single day. Some long, some short, but all of them completely filled with her deep longing for me. My father sighs. "How many 18-year stretches do you get in one lifetime?" Tiu Twiat waited for you this long, and you are currently single. Why not give yourself and her a real chance? His voice sounds calm yet entirely sincere, his strict gaze totally filled with fatherly love. My dad has always been a great judge of character. He warned me Lu Nu Yen and I would fail, but I was just too stubborn to listen. Thinking back now, I really should have listened to him way sooner. Seeing me finally nod in agreement, my dad completely breaks into a bright smile. He instantly books a restaurant, inviting Lam Twiat's whole family over, and both sides immediately start discussing our wedding plans. In the following days, Lam Twiat visits me every single day. When I am busy, she quietly sits nearby, pouring coffee and massaging my shoulders. When I hit a tough problem, she always helps me brainstorm a solid solution. She often asks what I want to eat, then cooks it herself the very next day. It is hard to believe such a pampered lady could actually be this incredibly thoughtful. She loves leaning against my chest, listening to my heartbeat, calling it the absolute best melody in the whole world. She likes it when I tie her hair up. She loves holding my hand while strolling through the park, stepping on autumn leaves, loop after loop, and we never, ever get bored. Even without saying a word, things feel perfectly peaceful and happy. The autumn breeze drifts by, carrying a soft, sweet scent that makes everything feel so warm. Our relationship just keeps growing closer, and we hardly leave each other's side for even a second. We are both massive foodies, so every single night we invite each other to try new restaurants. I find this brand new spot, but watch closely. The second I step through the door, I freeze entirely. Lu Nu Yen is right there. She completely lost her old luxurious vibe. Now, she is wearing a basic server uniform, looking incredibly haggard, with dark, sunken eyes. Like she hasn't slept properly in a whole month. The second she finally sees me, this desperate spark lights up in her eyes. She calls out for deep fam, tears instantly pouring down her face like rain. But honestly, I do not feel a single ounce of pity for her anymore. Not wanting to look at her for even another second, I turn around to leave. Deep fam, please don't go. Lu Nu Yen rushes forward, crashing into people and tripping hard onto the floor. She wraps both hands tightly around my leg, causing every single person in the room to stop and stare at us. She completely ignores their heavy stares, just sobbing uncontrollably on the ground. Deep fam, I've been in the city for days just trying to find you. After you left, the company quickly went bankrupt, and my mom got sick, constantly asking for you. I miss you every single minute, she begs, asking if I will come back so we can just start over again. Her crying actually makes quite a few bystanders feel bad for her. Someone even whispers that a girl humbling herself this much must truly be deeply in love with him. One guy even steps in and tells me not to push her too far, saying I should just give her another chance. I just let out a cold laugh, looking down at her with a razor-sharp tone. You say you love me, so why were you always defending my Kai Ba? He messed with my brakes and almost took my life. And what did you do? Just one word from him, and you abandoned me, ignoring our anniversary and my birthday just to run off with him. You humiliated me for him so many times, even agreeing to host a wedding with him. Yet you absolutely refused to meet my parents even once. You called me manipulative and annoying. So who is it you actually love? It is him, not me. Those absolute words completely silence Lu Nu Yen. She finally realizes I am not mad about the wedding. It is the massive pile of disappointment stacking up over a year that finally made me let go. The crowd that was just blaming me goes completely stunned, immediately turning around to scold her instead. Turns out, she is the actual terrible partner here. People start calling her disgusting for seeing someone else while having a boyfriend. They ask how she could dump him to marry another guy, only to come crawling back crying, having absolutely zero shame. Someone mutters she is probably just regretting it because her life got hard now, and that she never actually loved him. That last comment stabs straight into Lu Nu Yen's heart like a knife. She bursts out crying, screaming that no, she truly loves Deep Fam. She claims they were together for 7 years, saying she was just foolish this past year. But all she gets back are exhausted sighs from a crowd that buys none of it. Who cares about 7 years of feelings? In just 1 year, she managed to forget all his hobbies and entirely forgot the man he really was. I let out a soft laugh, remembering all the crazy, stupid things I did for her, realizing I was just incredibly foolish. She begs for forgiveness, promising to keep her distance from my Kai Ba from now on. She pleads with me to come back, begging me to just do it for her mother's sake. Just one more chance, she cries out. Knowing she is completely in the wrong, Lu Nu Yen tries using her mom as her final shield. I look right at her, asking in a freezing tone, I'm just curious, when your mother found out you were marrying my Kaiba, how did she react? Did she stop it, or play dumb, or did she hesitate a bit before taking his side? Anyway, Lu Nu Yen stays silent. I do not even need her answer. If the company had not collapsed, if they had not discovered my true identity, both mother and daughter would have definitely ignored me, leaving me out in the cold. Now, they only regret losing everything, and get a load of this timing right at that exact moment. Lam Twyat casually strolls into the restaurant. Seeing Lu Nu Yen there, she doesn't look surprised at all, just calmly telling Miss Lu that some things, once you miss out on them, are simply gone for good. Since you did not cherish him before, why cling to him now? Can you please just let Deep Fam go? Her voice is totally polite, but every single word stabs like a needle. Lu Nu Yen twitches, looking Lam Twyat up and down with eyes full of pure, crushing insecurity. Whether it is beauty, aura, charm, or the way she speaks, she falls painfully short of Lam Twyat on every level. One look is enough to guess exactly what role Lam Twyat plays in my life now. She introduces herself, casually dropping the bomb that she is marrying Deep Fam in 3 days. Lam Twyat naturally links her arm through mine, smiling brightly. Even though Lu Nu Yen tried to brace herself, hearing those exact words makes her head spin, her heart aching like it is being sliced open. Finally, Lam Twyat places both hands over her stomach, staring right at Lu Nu Yen, and declares she will absolutely never let Deep Fam get hurt ever again. She promises to love him genuinely, cherish him deeply, and proudly adds they are going to have 2 kids together. Every single word is a sharp blade sinking deep into Lu Nu Yen's heart. She cries out that she was wrong, truly wrong, begging me to just please let us go back to how we were. I do not need anything else, just you. Lu Nu Yen wails miserably, clinging onto my pant leg exactly like a little kid about to lose their absolute favorite toy. Wake up already. I stay just as freezing cold, telling her that instead of crying here, she really ought to take a hard look at what kind of guy her adopted younger brother actually is. Lam Twyat immediately pulls out a document folder, taking my arm to leave. No matter how loud Lu Nu Yen screams and cries behind us, I never once look back. On the road, I ask if she knew my ex would show up. Lam Twyat gives a slight nod. I do not press further, just smiling and saying we should grab food somewhere else. I heard this other restaurant is pretty amazing. As we walk, Lam Twyat takes the lead and shares exactly what she managed to dig up on my Kaiba. Check out this little twist. It turns out my Kaiba was never heartbroken or depressed at all. Everything was totally fake. The actual truth. He owes tens of millions in gambling debt and being incredibly lazy. He spun this whole web of ridiculous lies. Seeing the Lu family company growing stronger every single day, he made a firm choice. Go from adopted younger brother to wealthy son-in-law. Plus, my KB started posting endless intimate photos of himself with Lu Nhyn all over the internet. But honestly, you and I know this was just the tip of the iceberg. In some pictures, they were crossing every single line. Lu Nhyn got drunk once in front of a huge crowd, yelling out that she had to go wild before getting married, or she would never get the chance again. She yelled about loving my KB and his youth honestly. Who wouldn't be obsessed with the younger guy? She called Dip PHM old and completely washed up. If I heard that back then, I probably would have been furious or heartbroken. But right now, I just give a faint smile. After that day, there was absolutely zero news about Lu Nhyn. That is, until the morning of my wedding, when a police officer came to see me, handing over a simple star-shaped necklace. He said Lu Nhyn asked him to pass it on, begging for my forgiveness. She had committed an unforgivable crime. Turns out, after finally discovering my KB and his true ugly colors, Lu Nhyn went looking for him to demand some real answers. Instead, she caught him right in the middle of holding another woman. My KB showed zero remorse. He actually mocked her, telling her to drop the act, saying that deep down in her bones, she was just as vain and pathetic as everyone else. That exact sentence made Lu Nhyn lose her mind completely. She grabbed a fruit knife, caught him completely off guard, and struck again and again, dozens of times, until the sheets were stained totally red. She never ran. She just sat on the floor, hair completely ruined, laughing like a maniac and screaming out karma. It was all karma. Right before facing her final punishment, she had only one single wish, just to see me one last time, but I refused. The wedding bells start ringing. I step up to the altar, looking at Elm Toot in her pure white dress, and I let out a truly happy smile. This is the woman I love. We are going to hold hands for a lifetime, exploring mountains and rivers, and enjoying absolutely everything this world has to offer. Beautiful.